So what we're going to talk about this morning is Cascara, which some of you may have heard of, but it's still quite rare in the West, I'd have to say. What it is the dried skin of the coffee bean. And it's Cascara, as Spanish viewers will realise, is Spanish for husk. So what you can do is make a tea out of it called coffee cherry tea. And it's becoming more and more popular in this country, and you really should have a look at it. Anyway, this is the coffee tree in its natural habitat here in New South Wales, as it happens in this case. And it's got some of the beans on here. They start off green, then they become orange and go through to red, and when they're red they're ripe, and that's when they can be picked. And then the seed is basically goes through a pulping machine, which takes off the husks, because the coffee beans, two of them in each seed, are inside the seed. Okay, so that's what we do. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. Okay, so what we've got here is the Cascara. So as I said, it's a dried skin of the coffee bean. So look, if you look at this a bit more closely, so yeah, this comes off when the coffee beans have been extracted. This is what you end up with. These are the coffee beans here. Let me just show you a couple of these. These are fresh out of the seed. So those are the two coffee beans typically that you're going to get when you go through this process of growing coffee and extracting the seeds. I'll show you how easy this is as well, although obviously it wouldn't be done by hand these days. There's one, look, and there's a second. So what you end up with is this skin. This skin is dried. Well, it's dried as part of the process, and you end up with the Cascara. Okay. Now, Cascara, as I said before, it's probably not that well known in the West in general, but it's very, very well known in countries like Bolivia and Yemen, where they've been drinking it for probably thousands of years, and certainly a very long time. And it's often referred to as a poor man's coffee, but it shouldn't be, because it's a very, very healthy type of drink. It's very high in antioxidants, and well, I'm not going to go on about antioxidants because I'm not a scientist, but we all know that they're very good for us and very good to contributing to our health and well-being. So what you do with this is you take the Cascara and you put it in a plunger, just a normal coffee plunger. You put in water on top, you're letting it steep for around about 2 or 3 minutes, and the temperature of the water, just normal boiling temperature, same as you'd make tea, okay? And then what you end up with, and I'll show you that in a minute, what we end up with is a really, really great tasting, cherry kind of tasting tea, okay? So Cascara. Now, it is becoming more popular, as I say. The Coffee Warehouse, for example, is soon going to start selling it, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, try it. It's a really, really great, refreshing drink and easy to make. Oh, the other thing I should say is the great thing about this is the Cascara, the husks have often been used in the past for mulch, for example, but usually they've actually been thrown away, like as a waste product, which is ridiculous. In this age of much more sustainability, and we're trying to look after the planet, it's a brilliant idea to actually be using these for a drink. And then after you've used them, and it's all cooled down, by all means use it as a mulch. So it's got, it's an extra use for this, and we're not chucking a load of stuff away. So have a look at Cascara. I reckon you really will like it.